What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mark. Let's get into some NBA plays on April 14th, this Sunday. This is one where it's an exciting time because we're wrapping it up. Okay, we're wrapping it up, getting ready for the playoffs, and we look more so into the association. The biggest thing we got going for us right now is closing up this final game for the regular season for a lot of these clubs. Seeing what it means for some, we're seeing a lot of rest. That's why a lot of these point spreads are absolutely insane. So I'm not going to dive into a lot of these games. I'm not going to play them. I'm not taking minus 15s and minus 20s out there because lower seeds and in terms of record are going to be sitting there, guys, resting, tanking for the lottery, all that stuff. Not getting involved. So I'm going to give you guys 3 official plays and a couple leans. Just skim through the card. So I appreciate you all rocking with me here on the channel. Happy Sunday. Happy final round of the Masters. Make sure you guys subscribe right down below. Smash that like button as well. And let's get down into it, okay? So first game on the card that we are going to be having a play in is the Boston Celtics. The Celtics, for that matter, are scoring some points. Wizards go up and down, and this is a game where we look into the total. I truly feel like there's an indication where we see these numbers, despite being the last game of the season, get up to some very high metrics. Okay, so we've seen this number creep up from 223 all the way up to 226 in some places, but I am going to lock in that over in this game, 225. I think this game firmly gets into the 230s, and we look for that to cash in that first game, tipping off at 1 p.m. Eastern, kind of early out here for a lot of these games. All right. Next game that I do like is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have a lot to play for. Okay, they have a lot to play for, and conversely, Charlotte does not. So I do like the Cavs. I think the minus 12.5 is a little bit. I think it's a little bit low, but it's something where we look for the motivational factor. What's at stake? All right, Cavs are trying to get their groove back. Donovan Mitchell, he's finally getting over 30-point thresholds in a lot of the games. So I do lend towards taking that 12.5 out there in the market for the Cavaliers, but something where I could see the Cavs just being up and then letting Hornets backdoor them late in the fourth quarter. Just getting the win is all they need. They don't need a win by 13, so I'm going to stay away from this game. All right. Next game I kind of favor is taking the Pacers. This number's crept up as well. Trae Young back for the Hawks. I would like for this number to be under 13, but 13.5 still makes a little bit of sense. But like I said, this is a weird day where unless teams have something to play for, I'm not looking to back them, okay? That leads us to our next pick, the Orlando Magic. I am going to be backing them minus 4.5 out there in the market. You probably can find a 4 if you want to get a little juicier price, but a 4.5 is what I locked in. I do like them over the Bucks. This is something where we look at some of the analysis and what's going on, okay? They really have to win this game for the play-in round considerations, all right? And the Magic at home, that's been a very good opportunity throughout the course of the season. Also, no Giannis for the Bucks, so I would lend towards taking the Magic minus 4.5 at home as my second official play. Okay, and then the rest of the games pretty much on the card, guys. We can look into these numbers. Sixers, we're talking about 15, 16-point spread. I would lend towards taking the 76ers. They need to win the game. Also, we look into the Warriors, Jazz. There's a lot of people not playing for the Warriors. You look at some of these teams that have clinched. You look at Memphis and Denver. This is another one. How do you handicap a game where Memphis doesn't even have a roster and the Nuggets aren't going to play anybody? So that's kind of what's very hard to do about this Sunday being the last game of the season. So you could find some role players. That's an avenue to go down. Some backups that are get some run time on the court. Take them in some over and prop markets because a lot of props are done by algorithmic methods. So that's something where you're not going to really get the best number out there. So if you guys want to find an edge in the prop markets with some of these lesser known players, feel free to go ahead. But after the full course of an NBA season, those algorithms are pretty much fine tuned. Okay. And the same goes for a couple of the other games. Like I'm saying, look at the Mavs and Thunder. This is going to be one of the, matchups that people want to see in the Western Conference. But we're looking at a 20-point spread to close out the season. So no plays in that. The Trailblazers Kings, that's another 17-point question mark. Not going to get behind that. But we are going to back the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, we are going to take them. You can actually shop around courtesy of OddsJam. We're able to find some very good numbers, right? We can look for a minus 105, taking them -1, okay? But on the money line, This is what it comes down to. You can find a lower price of -25 on the money line for the Timberwolves, or lock in that -1, what have you. But I did bet the -1. A lot of times I do like to bet the straight up money line, but this is something where basically even money, and I think this is one where the handicap might be off a little bit. I do like what the opportunity is at stake for the T-Wolves. So this is where we're going to be betting the Timberwolves -1. I've lost quite a bit of money on the Phoenix Suns in the last month, letting me down at times, and I think this is something where it's a kind of a more of a reason for the Suns to win, I believe, but it's just kind of a play on numbers, and I do like the fact that we're seeing a little bit of the betting splits favor the Timberwolves. It's kind of a fishy line, I'm not going to lie, but I think the market just favors the Suns a little bit more than they should. I think they're a little bit overbought in the markets, so I am going to be taking the Timberwolves -1 as my third official play. Okay, and just a quick recap. This is what we got going on. These are my final 3 plays. I do love this time of year when we get into the NBA playoffs. That's one of my favorite courses of the season to bet. And that's where this year is going to be no exception. So please subscribe down below on your way out. Turn on the notification bell, because when the playoffs do start ramping up, play-in games, so on and so forth, we're going to have picks every single day here live on the channel. So appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Remember to subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Good luck on your picks. Cheers.